Stop. Just stop for a moment. Whatever you were doing before you clicked on this video, put it aside. Because what is happening right now is not a coincidence. You did not stumble across this message by accident. Out of the billions of pieces of content floating through the digital universe, something inside you, something deeper than logic, something older than memory, guided you here. And that something, it has been trying to reach you for a long time. Today, it finally succeeded. So take a breath. Settle in. Because the universe has been waiting for exactly this moment to speak directly to you, and what it wants to say could change the entire trajectory of your life from this point forward. You are about to receive a second chance. And this is where it begins. Before we go any further, if this message is already touching something deep inside you, if you feel like this is exactly what you needed to hear today, then do yourself one simple favor. Subscribe to this channel right now. Not because of habit, not because everyone says to, but because this space exists specifically for people who are ready to transform, people who are standing at the edge of something new and just need the right words to help them take the leap. Subscribing means the universe can keep reaching you here. It means the next message, the next moment of clarity, the next piece of the puzzle, it will find you. Hit that button. This is part of your alignment. Now let us talk about what is really happening. There is a language the universe speaks that most people never learn to read. It is not written in words. It is written in timing, in patterns, in the quiet pull you feel when something is meant for you. And lately, maybe for weeks, maybe for months, maybe for years, you have been receiving signals in that language. Small ones at first. A feeling of restlessness that would not go away. A sense that something was off, that the life you were living did not quite fit the person you were becoming. Maybe you brushed it aside. Most people do. But the signals kept coming, didn't they? They grew louder, more persistent. Because the universe does not give up on you. Not ever. Have you ever had a moment where everything seemed to fall apart at once? Where the job, the relationship, the plan, the version of yourself you had been carefully building, all of it seemed to crumble. And while it was happening, it felt like punishment. It felt like failure. Like the universe had turned its back on you and left you standing in the rubble of everything you had worked for. But here is what I need you to understand, what I need you to hold on to with both hands. That falling apart was not abandonment. That was preparation. The universe was not destroying your life. It was clearing the path. Think about the forest after a wildfire. From the outside, it looks like devastation. Ash and silence where there was once life. Travelers passing through might shake their heads and say nothing good can come from this. But beneath that ash, the soil has never been richer. The seeds that were buried, the ones that had been waiting for the right conditions for decades, they are finally ready to break open. What looks like an ending is actually the most fertile ground for a beginning. And that is exactly where you are right now. Standing in the ash. On the richest ground of your entire life. There is a version of you that exists just beyond the boundary of who you are today. This version has already made the leap you are afraid to make. This version woke up one morning and decided that the weight of their past was not a life sentence. This version looked at the rubble around them and instead of grieving the structure that fell, they began to imagine something new. Something truer, something built not from obligation or fear, but from the deepest understanding of who they actually are. That version of you is not a fantasy. It is not some distant dream. It is the next chapter. And the universe is handing you the pen right now. Have you ever felt like you were living someone else's life? Like somewhere along the way, you made a series of choices. Some from fear, some from pressure, some because you simply did not know there was another option. And those choices stacked on top of each other until the life you ended up with looked almost nothing like the life that felt true to you. If that resonates, you are not alone. Millions of people carry that quiet grief. The grief of unlived possibilities. But here is the thing about second chances, they do not erase the past. They do not hand you a clean slate and pretend the journey did not happen. They do something far more powerful. They take everything you have been through and they alchemize it into wisdom. Every single thing that has ever hurt you has been teaching you something. Every rejection was protecting you from something that was not meant for you. Every failure was redirecting you toward something that was. Every door that slammed in your face was guarding a hallway that leads somewhere better. I know that can be hard to believe, especially when you are standing in the middle of the pain. But pain, real transformative pain, is not meaningless noise. It is information. It is the universe saying, not this way. And if not this way, then there is another way. There is always another way. Let me ask you something. When did you last feel fully alive? Not busy, not productive, not going through the motions of a life that looks good from the outside, but fully, completely, electrically alive. Do you remember that feeling? Maybe it was a long time ago. Maybe it was a moment so fleeting you almost missed it, a sunset that stopped your breath, a conversation that made time disappear, a project that made you forget to eat because you were so absorbed in creating something that felt genuinely like yours. That feeling, it is not a fluke. It is a compass. The universe built that feeling into you on purpose, as a signal, pointing toward where you are meant to go. The reason you feel so drawn to this message right now is because there is a part of you, your highest self, your truest self, the self that exists beyond the roles and the labels and the expectations, that recognizes a truth when it hears it. And that part of you has been quietly, persistently nudging you toward this moment, toward this reckoning, toward this decision point where you finally get to say, enough of the half-life, enough of the settling, enough of the waiting for the right time, the right circumstances, the right permission from the world around you. The second chance is not coming someday. It is here. It is now. It is this moment. There is something profound that happens when a person truly decides to receive their second chance. And I want to be clear about that word, receive. Not grab. Not force. Not manufacture through sheer willpower and relentless striving. Receive. Because second chances are not prizes to be won through effort alone. They are gifts that become available when you release the grip on who you were and open your hands to who you are becoming. The universe cannot fill closed fists. When you decide to open up, to surrender the old story, to stop defending a version of yourself that no longer serves you, that is when the flow begins. That is when everything starts to shift. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to move through life with a kind of ease that others cannot explain? Not because they never face hardship. Not because the world is kinder to them. But because somewhere along the way, they learn to stop fighting the current. They learned to work with the universe instead of against it. They learned that true power is not in controlling every outcome, it is in trusting the process deeply enough to move forward without needing all the answers first. That ease is available to you. That alignment is available to you. Not in some distant future. Right now, starting today. Let us talk about the signs. Because I have a feeling you have been seeing them. Maybe you keep encountering the same numbers in unexpected places. Maybe a song comes on at exactly the moment you needed to hear those specific words. Maybe someone crosses your path and says something that hits you with the weight of a message meant precisely for your situation. Maybe you have been dreaming differently lately, with a vividness, an intensity, a symbolism that feels like it is trying to tell you something. These are not random. The universe communicates through synchronicity, through the meaningful collision of circumstances that should not logically be connected, but somehow are. And these synchronicities are accelerating now because you are getting closer. Closer to what, you might ask? Closer to the breakthrough. There is a point in every transformation where things suddenly make sense, where the pattern of everything that came before becomes visible all at once, and you understand, at a cellular level, why you had to go through every single thing you went through. People who have experienced this describe it as a kind of awakening. Not a dramatic explosion, but a quiet, profound recognition. A moment of saying, oh, I see it now. I understand what this was all for. That moment is coming for you. And the more you lean into this process, the more you open yourself to receiving the message the universe has been trying to deliver, the closer that moment becomes. Now here is something important that most people in the spiritual and self-development world are afraid to say out loud. Your second chance will require something from you. It will not fall into your lap while you watch from the sidelines. The universe is extraordinarily generous, but it is also deeply intelligent. It does not reward passivity. It responds to movement. It responds to courage. It responds to the single brave act of choosing to believe in your own possibilities even when the evidence around you has not yet caught up to that belief. The second chance is a collaboration. The universe opens the door, but you have to be willing to walk through it. And walking through it means being honest about the things you have been avoiding. Every single one of us has a room inside ourselves that we refuse to enter. A room full of the conversations we never had, the grief we never fully felt, the dreams we quietly gave up on, the parts of ourselves we decided were too much or not enough. But those rooms hold incredible power. Because inside every avoided truth is a buried potential. The things we are most afraid to look at are often the things that, once faced, liberate us completely. Your second chance might be waiting right behind the door you have been refusing to open. Think about what it would mean to truly start again. Not to pretend the past did not happen, but to carry the wisdom of it forward while leaving the weight of it behind. What would your life look like if you stopped defining yourself by your worst moments? What would change if you allowed yourself to be more than the sum of your mistakes? What becomes possible when you decide that your story is not over, that in fact, the most important chapter has not even been written yet? Let that settle in. Because this is not wishful thinking. This is the truth about human potential. History is full of people who found their greatest purpose after their darkest moment. And you are one of those people. There are no ordinary moments. I want you to really hear that. There are no ordinary moments. Every experience in your life has been conspiring to shape the exact version of you that is sitting here right now, receiving this message. The heartbreak that felt unbearable taught you something about love that you could not have learned any other way. The failure that embarrassed you built a resilience in you that will carry you through everything that is coming. The times you felt invisible, overlooked, underestimated, they were feeding a fire in you. And that fire, it has been waiting for exactly the right moment to catch. That moment is now. There is a concept in certain spiritual traditions called the void, that dark, empty, uncomfortable space between who you were and who you are becoming. Many people try to escape the void as fast as possible. They rush to fill the silence with noise, the emptiness with distraction, the discomfort with numbing. But the void is not an enemy. The void is a sacred space. It is the cocoon. And inside the cocoon, the caterpillar does not simply sprout wings. It dissolves completely. It becomes liquid. It surrenders every familiar structure it has ever known. And from that total dissolution, the butterfly emerges. If you are in the void right now, if you feel like you have dissolved, like nothing is solid, like you do not quite know who you are anymore, take heart. That is not defeat. That is metamorphosis. Let me talk to the ones who have tried before. The ones who set intentions and made declarations and started fresh a dozen times, only to find themselves back in the same patterns, the same cycles, the same quiet desperation wearing a slightly different costume. If that is you, I need you to hear this. The fact that you kept trying is extraordinary. Most people stop. Most people decide at some point that change is not available to them, that they are simply who they are, that the dream was naive and the realistic option is to make peace with a life that is less than what they truly wanted. But you did not stop. You are here. And that persistent, stubborn, beautiful refusal to give up is exactly the quality that makes your second chance not just possible, but inevitable. What if the reason the previous attempts did not fully take is simply that the timing was not right? What if the version of you that tried before was not yet equipped with the understanding, the tools, the soul-level readiness for the transformation that was waiting? What if everything since then, every stumble, every restart, every moment of doubt and recommitment, has been building you, fortifying you, preparing you for the specific moment in which you are finally ready? Because readiness is not something you manufacture. It grows. And you have been growing it, whether you realized it or not, every single day of your life. The universe has extraordinary patience. It does not operate on human timelines. It does not become frustrated with your detours or your delays or your moments of profound doubt. It simply continues to send the signal. It continues to place the right people in your path, to arrange the right circumstances, to whisper through the events of your daily life. Keep going. You are closer than you think. You have always been closer than you think. The distance between the life you have and the life you are meant for is not measured in years of effort. It is measured in the depth of a single decision. The decision to believe. The decision to receive. The decision to step forward. What does your gut tell you right now? Not your logical mind, your gut. That deep, instinctual intelligence that operates beneath the level of language and analysis. What is it saying? Because I believe, with absolute certainty, that it is saying something is about to change. Something is already changing. You can feel it, cannot you? That low hum of anticipation. That sense that the air around your life is charged with something you cannot quite name. That is not fantasy. That is perception. You are picking up on a genuine energetic shift that is taking place in your reality right now, and your intuition is the instrument sensitive enough to detect it. Trust that instrument. The spiritual teachings of virtually every culture in human history have pointed to the same truth. We are more than our physical bodies. We are more than our thoughts and our memories and our social roles. There is a dimension to human experience that operates beyond the visible, beyond the measurable, beyond the realm of what can be explained by cause and effect alone. And that dimension is where your second chance lives. It lives in the space between the breath you just exhaled and the one you are about to take. It lives in the quiet depth of your own awareness, waiting for you to become still enough to recognize it. Stillness is something most of us are terrified of. We fill our lives with movement and noise and obligation not only because life demands it, but because stillness forces us to meet ourselves. And somewhere along the way, we decided that meeting ourselves was unsafe. That if we sat in silence long enough, we would have to confront the gap between who we are and who we know we could be. But that confrontation, that honest, compassionate meeting with your own truth, is not something to fear. It is the beginning of everything. Every person who has ever experienced genuine transformation will tell you it started not with a dramatic external event, but with a quiet internal turning, a moment of meeting themselves with total honesty and choosing, from that honesty, to change. You have carried enough. You have carried the weight of other people's expectations for so long that you have forgotten what it feels like to put them down. You have carried the belief that you are not enough, not smart enough, not talented enough, not worthy enough of the things you truly desire, and you have carried it so consistently that it has started to feel like the truth. It is not the truth. Let me say that again with as much clarity as I can offer. It is not the truth. The things you most deeply desire are not random. They are not cruel tricks your imagination plays on you. They are signals. They are maps. They point in the direction of what is genuinely yours, what is genuinely possible, what is genuinely waiting for you on the other side of the wall you have built out of doubt. There is a force in the universe that some call God, some call Source, some call the infinite intelligence, some call simply love. Whatever name you choose to give it, most people who have moved through profound transformation describe a moment of feeling it, a feeling held by something larger than themselves, of understanding at the deepest level that they are not alone in this, that there is a benevolent intelligence woven into the fabric of existence that genuinely wants them to flourish. That force is with you right now. It has always been with you. And right now, in this moment, it is leaning in close and saying, "This is your time. Stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop postponing your own life. This is your time." Let us get practical for a moment, because transformation without action is just inspiration, and inspiration without application fades. So what does actually receiving your second chance look like in the concrete, daily reality of your life? It looks like waking up tomorrow and making one choice that the old you would not have made. One conversation you have been avoiding. One creative project you have been putting off. One boundary you have been afraid to set. One door you have been too frightened to knock on. It does not have to be everything at once. The universe does not ask you to transform overnight. It just asks you to take the next step, and then the one after that, and then the one after that. The path reveals itself in the walking. It also looks like changing the story you tell yourself, because the narrative running in your mind, the internal commentary about who you are, what you deserve, what is possible for you, that narrative is not neutral. It is either building the future you want or reinforcing the prison of the past. Every thought you think about yourself is either an act of creation or an act of limitation. And you have far more authorship over that narrative than you have been led to believe. You can begin, today, to consciously rewrite it. Not with toxic positivity, not with the denial of real pain and real challenges, but with a fierce, grounded, unwavering insistence on your own potential. A refusal to let the hardest chapters of your story be the defining ones. Have you ever noticed that the people who seem to attract extraordinary things into their lives share a particular quality? It is not luck. It is not talent, though talent plays a role. It is not even hard work, though effort matters. It is expectancy. A deep, almost irrational expectation that good things are coming. A fundamental orientation toward possibility rather than limitation. These people have simply decided, at some foundational level, to expect the universe to be generous with them. And something remarkable happens when you decide that. The universe tends to agree. Energy flows where attention goes. And when your attention is fixed on the reality of your second chance, on the genuine, tangible possibility of transformation, you begin to move through the world in a way that calls that transformation toward you. This is not magic in the fantastical sense, though perhaps in the truest sense it is. What it is, practically speaking, is alignment. When your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and your deepest values are all pointing in the same direction, you become extraordinarily capable of creating change. You stop sending mixed signals to yourself and to the world around you. You stop the internal civil war between the part of you that wants to change and the part of you that is afraid of what change might cost. You declare an internal ceasefire, you commit to a unified direction, and from that unity, that whole self-commitment, things begin to move. Think about the people who are going to benefit from your transformation. Because your second chance is never just about you. The version of you that emerges from this process, wiser, more whole, more aligned with your deepest truth, that version has gifts that the world genuinely needs. There are people in your life, people you have not even met yet, whose paths are going to be changed because you made the decision to step into your potential. There are conversations you are going to have, things you are going to create, moments of love and courage and presence that you are going to offer the world that simply cannot happen unless you say yes to your own becoming. Your transformation is an act of service. Your second chance is not selfish. It is necessary. Let me speak to the fear for a moment. Because it is there, is it not? Even as you feel the resonance of this message, even as something in you is saying yes, yes, this is true, there is another voice. A quieter one, but persistent. The voice that says, what if it does not work? What if you try again and fail again? What if you open up to hope and the hope is crushed? What if you are not actually special, not actually chosen, not actually standing at the threshold of something magnificent? I hear that voice. I understand it. It exists to protect you, and it has served a purpose. But here is what you need to know about that voice. It is a guard dog that has never been taught the difference between a threat and a gift. It barks at both. And your second chance, that is a gift. Do not let the guard dog chase it away. Fear is not the absence of courage. Fear and courage exist simultaneously. You can be completely terrified and completely brave at the same time. In fact, that is the only situation in which bravery is real. Bravery, by definition, requires the presence of fear. So when you feel the fear, do not interpret it as a sign to stop. Interpret it as a sign that you are on the edge of something significant. The things that matter most are always behind the door marked fear. Every person who has ever done something that changed their life, changed someone else's life, changed the world in some small or large way, did it afraid. They just decided that the fear was not the final word. The universe has invested enormously in you. Every experience in your history, every person who has touched your life, every piece of wisdom you have gathered through joy and through suffering, all of it represents an investment. The universe does not make investments it does not intend to see returned. And the return on that investment, the moment when everything you have been given and everything you have gone through yields its fullest fruit, is not behind you. It is in front of you. Your best chapters are ahead. Your most impactful moments are ahead. Your greatest love, your deepest peace, your most authentic expression of who you truly are, all of it is ahead. And the bridge between here and there, you are standing on it right now. There is a prayer, if you will allow me to call it that the most transformed people carry in their hearts. It goes something like this. I release the need to know exactly how this unfolds. I trust the intelligence that has brought me this far. I commit to moving forward with courage, with openness, with a willingness to become who I am meant to be. I accept this second chance with gratitude, with reverence, and with the full weight of my intention. I am ready. If those words resonated with you, if reading them felt like something inside you nodding, recognizing, then they are for you. Take them. Make them yours. Carry them forward from this moment. What you do in the next 24 hours matters more than you know. The energy with which you walk away from this moment, the quality of intention you bring into the hours ahead, will set a tone. Not irrevocably. You can always recalibrate, you can always choose again. But there is a momentum available to you right now, in this moment of heightened awareness and openness, that it would be deeply wise to use. Do not let the day dissolve back into routine without honoring what has just stirred inside you. Write something down. Make a promise to yourself. Take one action, however small, that is in service of who you are choosing to become. Plant the seed. The universe will water it. The second chance is real. I want you to hear that as clearly as possible. It is not a metaphor, not a consolation prize, not a spiritual nicety designed to make you feel temporarily better before the weight of ordinary life presses back in. It is a genuine, concrete, available possibility that exists for you right now. People have rebuilt themselves from far darker places than wherever you are standing. People have found love after devastating heartbreak, found purpose after years of drifting, found health after illness, found abundance after loss, found meaning after events that seemed to strip it all away. The capacity for renewal is written into the very nature of human existence. You were built for this. And so I want to close not with grand declarations, but with something much simpler. Something you can carry in your pocket. Something you can return to on the difficult days, the days when the old doubts creep back in and the second chance feels less certain, less close. Here it is. The fact that you are here, reading these words, feeling this resonance, that is not nothing. That is not random. Something in you recognized this message. Something in you was ready to receive it. Honor that recognition. Trust that impulse. Follow the thread. The universe is not done writing your story. Not even close. In fact, the most magnificent parts are just beginning. You are about to receive your second chance. It is already on its way to you. Open your hands. Open your heart. And let it come.